I'd like to introduce Joe from England who has multiple sclerosis. Welcome, Joe.
Hello?
Could you tell us when you first started noticing MS symptoms?
I was first noticing just after the birth of my first son in 1996. It was about November, I think, 1996. And then I was diagnosed in October 1997 with MS.
Right, and what were your symptoms at that point?
Started off with pins and needles in my lower legs and my feet. I was a fitness instructor at the time, and I was struggling with my balance. I was teaching aerobics. I would struggle just going off balance. I couldn't run anymore, and I just knew something wasn't quite right.
Yes. I mean, did you have bad fatigue or bladder problems as well?
No, not in the beginning. There wasn't any bladder problems. It just, that first time it was just mainly the sensory problems. And yeah, I did get tired a lot.
So, were you offered any medication?
Not in the beginning. Not when I was first diagnosed. I wasn't. I lived in an area where the disease-modifying drugs weren't available on the NHS. So I was just given steroids at different periods, which I didn't like, and I just didn't want them anymore. I just refused to take them after a while. I wasn't given any the DMDs until I moved to Shropshire, and that was in 2005. And after I had another son in 2006, I then put onto interferon, the Avonex. Didn't like those at all. I've tried 2 different types of the interferon, the injections. In fact, I think I've tried 3 to date now.
Oh, right.
But again, just didn't get on with them. I was having terrible side effects. So it was just adding to the stresses and, the symptoms of just living with MS daily anyway. I just found that I just couldn't get on with the DMDs at all.
And how did it impact on you being diagnosed at the time?
So I was very active when I was first diagnosed, when I said I was a fitness instructor. So it was very hard to all of a sudden have to change, the way that I was working and the way I was living. I had a young child and I was very tired. So it was just, it was very hard. I got very depressed as well in the beginning, and very down and tired all the time. So it had a big impact on my life, really.
Yes. So what was your level of health before you found LDN? What symptoms were you experiencing?
Well, balance a lot, tiredness, heavy legs. I used to struggle every day with, like I said, just the fatigue, just, from doing nothing, I could just, become very, very tired and just struggle getting one foot in front of the other, to be honest. I walked with a stick all the time before LDN. I would get very strong spasms in my feet, especially at night, and my legs. And then during the day, I'd struggle with my hands. I'd get spasms a lot in my hands. But mainly the tiredness, to be honest. That was my biggest bugbear. I mean, it did every day. There wasn't a day I didn't go past without thinking about MS and it affected me like that.
How did you hear about LDN?
Through other people that have got MS and that have been taking LDN on a social networking site. Just noticing from people's statuses and things. I'd never heard of it before, and I just asked, what's this LDN? Someone that I was friends with, don't know, just simply through having MS. And I just asked what is this LDN? And she told me I'd have a look on the LDN Research Trust website, and I would find out all the information there that I needed.
Did you manage to get your own GP to prescribe it for you?
What was that, sorry?
Did you manage to get your own GP to prescribe it for you?
No, I went to my own GP. I took information that I'd obtained from the website, went to my own GP, and she was very interested but wasn't willing to prescribe LDN herself. She just confirmed that I had actually been diagnosed with MS back in '97, that was it.
Okay. So when did you start LDN? How long have you been on it now?
Since October 2010.
Okay.
Last year, yeah.
Did you notice any initial side effects?
Not really. My sleep pattern was affected a little because I was started on a very low dose initially. But I would find, sometimes if I would wake up in the night, I'd struggle to go back to sleep for a while, but it was nothing major, nothing horrible at all.
How long did you have to take it before you noticed any improvements?
Probably, just weeks, really, to be honest. Probably, I'd say 6 to 8 weeks.
And what did you notice?
Just I wasn't so tired anymore. My legs didn't feel quite so heavy. Just better in myself, to be honest, not constantly thinking, having the like I said, these tired legs that would affect everything that I did. That seemed to be, happening less often.
What about the spasms and things?
Yeah, everything gradually seemed to get less. I'd say initially I just noticed I wasn't so tired, and then as my dose increased each time, I would just get a little bit better and feel a bit better. My balance isn't as bad as it was. I don't use my stick as often now as I did. And the spasms, I used to be taking medication prescribed by my own GP at night to help with the spasms, but I found that the spasms were less during the day after I started LDN, so I stopped taking my nightly medication, and I don't get near so many spasms and cramps during the night now, just very occasionally.
So how would you compare your quality of life now to before LDN?
Much better. Much better, definitely.
What would you say to other people who are contemplating trying LDN?
Definitely try it, because there's nothing